Hey everyone, so we are talking about
Yo,
niches and markets and all that stuff. So there's two main topics that we're going to be talking about today. The first one being, if you're just starting off, how do you know what niche to pick? And Eddie's going to be leading that one. The second one is that if you already have a niche, if you already have something rolling, how do you stand out from the crowd? What can you do? Some strategies, and we'll be talking about that together. And yeah, so let's get started. Eddie.
all right. So, on picking a niche, the main key components with picking a niche would be what your personal experience is, your passion is, what your interests are, and also what you're familiar with, I would say. So, it's not the experience, but what you're familiar with. So, if you're starting on something new and you have an idea of it, that can also work for your niches. So we'll start with the first one, your experiences. Let's say you have an experience with real estate and whatnot. Use that, whatever you have, whether it has to be, wholesaling, all that good stuff or anything. That could be a perfect niche to run with your experiences. If you have an interest on whatever it is, could be, your hobbies or all that good stuff. Those can also be a niche. Basically, what I'm trying to get at is there are many niches out there. There's a huge amount, broad amount of niches.
Mm-hmm.
And what we want to let you guys know today is to buckle down onto one specific niche. That way it doesn't confuse you guys, basically, and it doesn't make it difficult for the marketing part, the part where Annabelle is going to come in, because there is a lot of ideas with the marketings that we're going to give you guys, the marketing tips. And if you guys have the broad idea, like I'm going to target everyone, I want to target restaurants, I want to target, dentists because they need people to come in and, have clients and whatnot. I need people for doctors and whatnot. But if you use that same method on every single one, it kind of will dry you out and, burn you down, because a lot of people are different, a lot of companies are different, a lot of services are different. So I believe what we'll do is I actually make a PDF on potential niches you guys can start on, and I can put the link right there, and then you guys can just download that. It'll be a lot easier if you guys can see on a piece of paper which ones you guys potentially would like. You guys could start or highlight it, read about it, do some research on it, and then from then on you can either pick if you want to use that one or continue on to another, because like I said, there's many niches. Nothing to worry about.
I would even add on to that as well, that if you have something in mind that you want to focus on, see what you can do about breaking that down into smaller pieces, whether like specializations or different characteristics. Like Eddie mentioned, restaurants, doctors, cars. Well, what about them? What kind of restaurants? Maybe Italian, maybe Mexican, maybe you want to hit up fast food chains or mom and pop restaurants, that kind of stuff. Doctors, what kind of doctors? Maybe you want to do like chiropractors, maybe massage therapists, maybe physical therapists or dentists. Cars, well, what about cars? There's car detailing, there's people that specialize in wraps, there's people that specialize in modifications. All these different things can be classified as a niche, and it's a lot better for you to really focus down and hone down on that specific thing, so that way, in a sense, you can become known as the person of that niche, and you become known as the expert in that. That way, when you do come to the marketing and the content and all the stuff that I'll talk about, you get associated with that niche, and that's what's really important. That's what helps you stand out from everybody else. And continuing that aspect of it, if you already have a niche in mind that you're trying to focus on, do that, a specific thing. Try to break it down into a smaller specialization. Again, you want to be known as that person. You want to be known as the expert in that field. When it comes down to the marketing, when it comes down to the content, even when it comes down to you going to individual events, you want to be able to be recognized and known as that person. You want to be known as like Eddie, the car detailing expert, Annabelle as the real estate wholesaling expert, whatever it is. So if you want to also think about this concept of red ocean and blue ocean, it's a concept that's thrown around a lot when it comes to like YouTube books and different articles, PDFs, and all these different things. And if you've never heard of the red ocean and blue ocean, you want to think about it in terms of like competition and maybe like sharks. In a red ocean, there's a lot of competition because there's a lot of players, there's a lot of businesses trying to capture and get those leads within that market, in that niche. In a blue ocean, there's not a lot of competition, there's not a lot of people trying to get those leads. So what can you do? this is the problem that a lot of people have. When it comes to red oceans, this is where a lot of people gravitate towards because it's very common, it's very popular, it's spoken on social media a lot. Things like digital marketing, like what we're doing, there's wholesaling that's become extremely popular. Amazon FBA gets thrown around everywhere, drop shipping, Shopify. These things get thrown around so much, and the reason for it is because it works. It's possible to build a business, but at the same time, it attracts so many people. The competition is so high; it's very difficult to stand out. So, what's something that I learned from this man called Stephen Larson is developing a blue ocean within the red ocean. So, let's say, for example, you build a business in the red ocean. You build a Shopify dropshipping store or an Amazon FBA. What thing can you do in addition to that helps you stand out? So let's say, for example, Eddie's car detailing. So car detailing is very popular, especially in the place that we are. I'm sure you've already encountered thousands, maybe.
A bunch.
Yeah, insane. So what can you do that's different? Maybe there's like a different kind of branding that you have that helps you stand out. Or Eddie, actually, is there something that you've noticed from different competition and different businesses in car detailing that you instantly remember them for?
Yeah, so a lot they post a lot on TikTok, and that's actually, you can put yourself out there and be unique right there, because a lot of people, and I love some people that actually are associated with Hannibal, they make funny TikToks to where, you know, that one person is cleaning in front and then they just use a foam gun and come right over them. Things like that just remember that person. It's like, hey, now my car needs a wash. I remember those guys. I even had an idea myself to make a theme of the car itself. So if you have that van or car or whatnot, so I was gonna be using a Jeep. You guys can take this idea too. I was gonna use a Jeep, and I was gonna make it like America themed, to where like the actual foam gun is, can I say pew pews here? I'll just say pew pews. That way we won't get any copyright issues or any situations with YouTube. And you know, like the fragrance and whatnot could be little pew pew materials, we can say. I'm not gonna say the actual word, or grenades or whatnot, that make it look like it's like, you know, American themed and whatnot. Or the American flag could be the fragrance and all that. Make just basically ideas that you can try to make yourself look more unique and put yourself out there, because like you mentioned, red ocean, it's a very aggressive, a lot of people are out there, so you got to make yourself stand out.
And the other one that we were talking about earlier is window cleaning. Window cleaning is extremely popular now. I've been seeing so many videos on TikTok about it. It's very popular. And also pressure washing. But one of the businesses that I found yesterday is men that go out and clean windows in residential homes, but they wear kilts. So it's like the Irish or Scottish like warrior skirts. I think they're like for warriors. I digress. The point is that that's something that they stand out, that people instantly recognize them for, and that's something you want to incorporate in your marketing strategy, content strategy, or if you want to incorporate that into your offer. So instead of just offering car detailing, or instead of just offering window cleaning, what can you offer in addition to that still ties with the business model but helps you have an edge or an extra little points on top of what you're already doing to help people recognize you as better than the competition? So that's the idea of developing the red ocean and blue ocean and helping you stand out from everybody else. Is there anything else, Eddie, that you have in mind that you want to add on to it?
Yeah, before we end this one, I'm actually going to give you guys a tip. So here's Eddie's tip. So I would say, if you guys are going to be, you know, giving off the service to, let's say an example for, let's do restaurants or anything that has to do with that people give you service, like restaurants, or if you're gonna go to like a dentist or anything that has to do with cosmetics, go there as a customer first. See the atmosphere, see how it is. That way you can give off social proof. And then you can check out their social media accounts from there. You can check out their websites and whatnot, depending on what you're gonna be doing as your marketing. And you can tell them right there, hey, you know, after the service is done, you say, you know, amazing work as usual. You know, I'm a regular here if you're in the restaurant. Like, I love the atmosphere. I love all this and that. And I just want to give you guys one tip that, you know, I checked this on Google, your websites, and your base, your record, your ranking is very low. And I can help you guys out, make it a lot better, and then you can chime on into all the other services you guys are going to be doing. But the key thing is to be a customer first. That way you can build up that rapport. You can meet the owner actually. Once you know the owner and once he knows that you're a regular there, he's gonna actually be more willing to talk to you as opposed to you just going to different places and saying, hey, I am a marketer and I do this. That's gonna actually give you a little bit of rejections. This is a tip just to help you guys out to get in there and actually give off your services. And don't pressure on the first day. Leave the idea right there on the table. Let it, simmer a little bit, and then you can come back later with email marketing, get the emails, and then from then on, it's cake. That's pretty much it.
I love that actually.
Yeah.
And that can be applied to almost any kind of business, especially aside from like if you're a digital marketer or a marketer in general, if you have some service-based business, you want to think in the perspective of who you're trying to attract. So if you want to attract a specific kind of client, let's say for example, if you're a dentist and you're trying to bring people in for a toothache, well, what are their pain points? What are the things that they may potentially need that maybe you're overlooking? So almost like step back from the problem, focus on the solution first, and then work backwards. But that's actually a really good topic for a separate video. So we'll dive into that later on.
Pain method, yes.
Yeah, pain points. That's really, really good. All right, thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. If you're listening to us on the podcast, thank you so much for checking us out. And again, if you need help with your marketing, we have a free 30-minute phone consultation that you can schedule with us. We'd be more than happy to speak with you. Thanks again, everyone. Take care.
Bye, guys. Thank you.